Oh, me again. Okay, making a video. Yeah, there's lots of videos out there. I don't know exactly which one to respond to, how, or what points. But yeah, it sort of is the same old points over and over. So Das Spook and, well, Wise Monkey's just doing his, he says he's serious. It's not really much of a serious video. Yeah, and Das Spook is just playing with playing the insult game, which is fine. I mean, we're throwing those back and forth. Yeah, I basically have contempt for him as a human being. I think he is a sadistic lunatic. So there's really no point in veiling that in something. I think his psychology is completely insane. Yeah. So no further comment required there. So you can say whatever you like about mine. That's fine with me. The reason why, oh yeah, I did want to just point out, just for clarification, I have a folder on my computer called Raw Kill, and then every new file I upload, I usually name the raw file Kill if I'm going to kill it, you know, if I'm going to delete it. And so I did leave the Kill Spook. You know, it just happened. I said the hell with it. I usually, when I convert the files to an MP3, I usually rename them to some 4-letter jibber jabber, and I decided not to that time. But yeah, it doesn't mean anything. So anyway, I just want to clear that up. But that's all these little bullshitty things, you know. It's just all this little bullshit. And he did that in the other video, you know. Just perverts things, speculates about things, makes accusations, and so he just lives for that kind of crap. And you know, he's still talking as if the only thing I worry about in my life is that I got beat up as a kid. He asked me in a stick ham room about my adolescence or some other shit, and I did point out that, you know, no, nothing dramatic. Did get in a few fights when I was a kid. I wasn't complaining about it. I wasn't saying that was the drama of my life. I didn't know what his inquiry was heading for. Because I'm not going to talk about my personal experience with pain. I thought I summed it up by saying I went 25 years without access to prescription drugs, a doctor, or a dentist. I don't think I need to be any clearer, do I? Do I really have to do that? Oh, sorry. I mean, it's just such bullshit to be harped on by these assholes. So this is sort of goes to Wise Monkey's point. So maybe this is the point I'll argue in this video. Is this whole idea of how do we define this shit? Now, I've made the point at least 7 videos, at least, that for me, I didn't even know what pain was until I was 30-ish. You know, I just had an idea of it. I mean, I had a toothache before. I had bad headaches, vomiting, this, that, the other thing. I mean, I've had some bad shit happen. But then I had some shit happen that was outrageous. I mean, I was like, nobody could live with this. This is like having somebody actually slowly pushing a knife into you all day long. And you just couldn't get away from it. You couldn't get used to it. You couldn't acclimate to it. You couldn't sleep through it. You couldn't eat through it. You couldn't have a phone conversation through it. You couldn't do a motherfucking thing. The pain was disabling. You couldn't utter a complete sentence because you were so distracted by it. And you didn't even want to think of the sentence because it was so painful to try to grab control of your brain back from the mechanisms you were using to try to run from the pain. Yeah, so I was completely, if I didn't have that experience, I wouldn't have known that pain is 10 times worse than I had thought it was. I mean, I had had disabling back pain, but it was disabling. It wasn't like it constantly throbbed and never let you go, never gave you a second's relief, and just constantly. I mean, sciatica's a little like that, tell you the truth. It will drive you insane. So I guess I had a touch of that, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But the point is this isn't even the subject, all right? The fact that is this thing called pain, I thought we could use it as a general term for all kinds of different misery and sufferings that go on in life. I mean, even a nagging little problem, if it is there every day of your life, can drive you insane. Can steal all quality from your life and make it quite tedious and annoying. And annoying is not even, obviously it just diminishes the whole thing. Alright, but anyway, I don't even want to get on this subject. Again, this is just such crap for these cunts to be telling other people what they feel. And that's the whole point. They say to me, I can't know. You know, because it's all subjective for every individual. Wasn't that the whole fucking point, you stupid cunts, then? Because how do you know that when you tell other people their pain is something they should be able to get over, or that it's no big deal? How do you know you have the right to say that? How do you know that you have any idea what they're experiencing or what they're going through psychologically or physiologically? That seems rather bold, wise ass monkey. So here you're saying it's a subjective opinion, and then you're not giving the entitlement for it to be worse. You're mocking it, ridiculing it, and trivializing it. So fuck that. I mean, maybe a stubbed toe in the right individual's mind is a horrific event. But you have no idea, because you don't know what they're experiencing. You don't know what their headache feels like. All you know is what your fucking headache feels like. So how can you pass judgment on them? How can you minimize and trivialize their experience, their testimony to you, that they'd rather jump in front of a car than experience 2 days of that, or some other equation? And you mock their opinion. The point isn't that you have to hate your life, or that you have to be miserable, or that you can't want to climb mountains, or, you know, rub your dick on the snow caps of mountains, or whatever the fuck you want to do with your silly, stupid, motherfucking cunt shithead life. That's not the fucking point. The point is the people who do suffer and come to the conclusion that it's waste, that it was stupid, have a right to protest. Okay? That the fucking, like I said, again, there's a class of people who will be, you can categorize as the anti-natalist, or the losers, or the people who fail to see the point, whatever you want to classify them as. They have a right to protest the continual use of them as justifiable collateral damage for your little rompy, silly ride on the human adventure roller coaster. They are the price you're paying for it, you fucker, and they're paying the price. And they have a right to say, fuck you cunts. I mean, really, figure out a way to give birth to your motherfucking cunt selves, and then you can torture yourselves. Then you can put yourself in the coal mine in China. Then you can do all the shit that happens in the goddamn world. You can impose it on yourself, you fucker. And quit imposing it on people who find it revolting, disgusting, putrid to live in such a disgusting, among this disgusting race of humans. I mean, I've also brought up the one Star Trek episode, you know, where there was a war between the Klingons and the Federation on this little planet, and then the people of the little planet just gave them a fake environment to do their little warring thing in. But when it came to starting to kill real people, you know, they put a stop to it and just told everybody to go fuck themselves. And, you know, they made a nice little point in there in the video, in the TV show, about how this intelligent race of humans, our consciousnesses, just found us so disgusting, so revolting. You know, and that's exactly what people on this planet are allowed to do. Wise monkey, they're allowed to see you as fucking goddamn pukeable in terms of your revolting mockery, your trivial pursuits. You are disgusting, grotesque, hideous. I mean, it's like being forced to eat shit, to have to acknowledge your fucking existence, the stench of your putrid perversion of the English language, your grotesque, hideous, monstrous perversion of meaning and substance and character and integrity. your grotesque effort to mock and what's the right word for, to play chameleon, to pretend that you are something, that you have some sense of dignity or honor, when you're just a despicable, grotesque little troll who no doubt loves eating his own slobber. Yeah, you're sickening. Yeah, and that little fucking dwarf troll, or whatever you want to call it. See what's a good name for it? Of the Das Spook, the little Igor to your Frankenstein. Yeah. Ugh. But yeah, so it's such a big fucking joke that you know what pain is. You know what it is. You know what other people are feeling. You know on what level of magnitude it fits. Because you have the magnitude scale. You possess it. All of it. The whole ruler. And you can tell they're 4 inches shorter than you, right? Yeah, well, fuck you. The truth might be they're hundreds of feet taller than you. And you'd have no way of knowing that, would you? So you have to just accept their testimony, which is, you people make me sick. Yeah, I despise your ugly, sick, sadistic addictions. Your trivial turd chasing and gobbling. Yeah, you're really, it's like watching human beings, being forced to sit there and watch this spectacle, of you jackasses chasing turds in a cesspool and gobbling them down. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Let me eat more. And what else can I say? But anyway, yeah, so it's just such a sham for you to say you know what the score is, or how to keep score. And again, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, how many, how many people has tested? I mean, you've got 1 million people that commit suicide in the world every year. How many does it take before you say, ooh, that's significant collateral damage? You tell me, how many does it take? Yeah, before you have to account for it. And the fact that you won't account for it, that you won't concede that there should be perhaps some mechanisms to prevent this bullshit, to stop this nonsense, again, just makes you more deplorable, more sick-provoking. Yeah, that's probably enough. I don't know, it's inevitably going to keep coming up, though. People just keep wanting to trivialize suffering. Even these people they keep talking to, oh, that's the other one that just makes you insane. Some asshole posted a comment on somebody's video saying, I blocked the fucker, I think, that there's not much difference, that the line between pain and pleasure is very thin, or some kind of crap like that. And it's like, oh, please, if I walk up to you and kick you in the nuts, you're going to know what pain is, asshole. You're going to know that's not a hot fudge sundae. You really are. You're going to be able to tell the difference. Dramatically. The difference will be dramatically obvious. There won't be any question or doubt or confusion. Oh, gee, am I having a good time? Maybe I'll have to think about it for a while and figure it out. Oh, I mean, this is just such a pile of shit. But this is what you have to do. You're so fucking desperate that you have to somehow turn the suffering experienced on this fucking planet into nothing. The stuff that goes on day in and day out for years. Years people endure hard, brutal, conscious experience, dreading the next day, dreading waking up another day, asking God to take them, please. And you people will laugh at that, trivialize that, mock it. I mean, why shouldn't I call that what it is? disgusting, grotesque. I mean, is there a more, I don't even know if Hitler would bother doing that. You know, I don't think Hitler went to the nursing home and started laughing. These fuckers. Yeah, so fuck you people. Disgusting. Disgusting. So I'll respond to the Professor Anton video in more detail. But as for Das Puke and wise troll ass monkey, fuck them.